having a good time, having a good time. The shooting star leaping through the sky like a tiger, defying the laws of gravity. I'm a racing car passing by like Lady Godiva. I'm going, go, there's no stopping me.
Hello everybody, welcome to Angels Nation Talk. My name is Steve Granado. I will be joined by Sean Moret, and we get to ask questions with Angels reporter Jose Mota. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. Okay, so we talked a lot about Howie Kendrick earlier in the season. We had an interview with you during spring training, and you said that in order for Howie Kendrick to be a better hitter, a better player, is he needs to stay within his game.
Yeah.
And we've seen that this season. He's driving the ball to all fields, and he's brought some power in. Now, what's the next step for Howie Kendrick? What does he need to do in order to become an elite hitter?
I think stay within himself once again. I mean, Howie Kendrick, to me, could have been an all-star for the American League again this year. He's shown the ability to drive the ball. He's hit the home runs, and the most impressive thing to me is that he's hit a lot of home runs where a lot of guys don't hit home runs, which is center field and over to right field. And I think Howie overall, if maybe the offensive side of the whole team have been a little bit more consistent, he would have stolen more bases. Howie, to me, is a guy that, a 2020 threat. He's got, obviously, some home run power, line drive gap hitter, a lot of speed. His defense is sometimes, I think, underappreciated. But I think Howie is one of those guys that you don't take for granted. I consider that you can hit him second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And no matter where you hit him, he's going to be a guy that understands his game and stays within his game. So in order to take it to the next step, to me, he's going to be keep maturing as a player, understand how they pitch to you, understand how they play you, and also take nothing for granted. Use all the knowledge you've accumulated through the years to go ahead and take it to the next level.
Agreed, definitely. We have a Twitter question from one of our followers. Her name is Cecilia Blankenship, and she wants to know, other than the big name prospects that are coming up, Yarbauer, Stamets, who are you more looking forward to seeing next season?
I'm looking forward to seeing Luis Jimenez again. And we saw a little Luis Jimenez here early this season, and right now, even though he is rehabbing his shoulder in Arizona, he's a guy that, because he got a taste of the big leagues early, and it wasn't just a September call-up, he's going to be good, I think. Also, Caleb Coward, I'm looking forward to seeing him, only because even though he is struggling right now in Double-A, this kid is a switch hitter with tremendous potential, one of the best arms I've ever seen at third base, and a very hungry player. And there's no doubt that, a guy like Randall Grichuk, to me, too, is one of those guys that's finally making a nice transition in Double-A. Very athletic player. He's playing a lot of center field now, very accurate arm. He's getting better with the knowledge of the strike zone. So to me, those three guys, besides the ones you mentioned, Stamets and Yarbrough, are guys that I'm looking forward to seeing, including one more guy in Taylor Lindsay, that even though his average is not as high this season, he's really driving the ball, and he's a very good second baseman, great knowledge of the strike zone, and certainly somebody that, with age and with knowledge, his power to the gaps is going to keep developing.
Do you think those are the guys that are going to be called up soon to take those spots? I know we had some trade talk. There was a lot of rumors going around. Howie Kendrick, Eric Aybar. Are those the guys? Are they the future of the franchise?
I think they're part of the future of the franchise. I don't know that they're going to be called up here anytime soon. But also, not forgetting that the Angels just added Grant Green, who will get a look. Corey Rasmus will get a look. He came over from Atlanta. Green came over from the A's. So those two guys for sure I know are going to get a look. And hopefully we'll see Jimenez here once he gets healthy, because third base right now is wide open.
Okay, so we've seen the Angels focusing much in the last two off seasons on offense, getting Pujols and Hamilton. Do you think possibly the Angels will be focusing more on pitching this offseason?
Pitching has to be a key. I think we've learned that even though you have Jared Weaver, you have C.J. Wilson, you have a Jerome Williams, you got a Garrett Richards, you got Joe Blanton. There's never enough pitching. I think we find out, how valuable even a guy like Dan Herron was for you, even though he wasn't pitching all that well last year. But Irvin Santana and how good he's done. So the depth is something that you can never have enough. I mean, Weaver goes down second start of the season due to a freak injury. Vargas goes out because of the situation on his shoulder with a blood clot. Joe Blanton has not pitched up to Major League standards, really, unfortunately. And then Garrett Richards and Jerome, the flip-flopping is something that, as much as maybe they show versatility, you don't want to see all that much in a contending ball club. You want consistency. But pitching continues to be a key. The Angels need to be aggressive, going after and finding either a long-term guy, once again, at a good price, or some stopgap guys that allow the Angels to keep developing some arms.
Okay, now we asked our fans to ask you a question, and the majority of the questions we got was, what do you enjoy most about working for the Angels?
Stuff like this, coming to the game, coming to Southern California in this ballpark. I love the interaction with the fans. Certainly, the day-to-day never gets old for me because I've been in this since I was born. So I know that baseball is a game that you got to respect. There's something new that you can learn every single day. I learn from the players every day. I learn from Albert Pujols every day. I learned today from Albert that he's not going to give up on the season. Albert said, I'm going to be on this booth for about 3 weeks, and if I feel good enough to play in September, I want to play in September. Of course, he's going to follow the doctor's orders, but in this game, man, you show up every day, you see the fans smiling. It doesn't matter what the situation of the team is, the standings, they want to see their heroes, and I think we owe it to them to go out there and do our best. I also enjoyed the interaction with the opposing team, visiting with old friends like Maestro Sturz today, or Jose Bautista, Edwin Encarnacion, Melky Cabrera, Erasmus, all those guys that through the years you see growing up, and just covering the game, analyzing the game, just knowing that every single situation that presents itself today, we may not ever see it again tomorrow. So that's the fun thing about this whole thing.
Quick question: do you see Pujols winding up with surgery during the offseason?
I think now, because supposedly the tendon snapped, sometimes that's the surgery right there, to be honest with you. I've talked to a couple of people that have had this situation happen, and they say the best thing that can happen at times is if that tendon snaps, that means it's over with. Now the tissue starts kind of building up, gets a little bloody in there, but it depends on the doctor, it depends on the severity of the whole thing. But I hope that he doesn't have to have surgery, only because we know no matter what, as he ages, as he obviously puts more into his body in terms of working out and expectations, that could delay spring training a little bit more, as we found out this year with the knee.
All right. Thank you very much.